So, hi everybody. Thanks for being here today, and welcome to our presentation. So, quickly, we're going to go to our presentation, which is how to integrate a custom product configurator to the e-commerce app. But just before going to go into much more detail, so with you today, I'm Pierre Osmelen, and I work as a business developer for Odoo.
And my name is Joachim. I'm a software engineer also working at Odoo.
So who is Odoo in a few words? So we are a software engineering company based in Liège, and we are actually 27. What do we do? So we develop customized solution and software for our clients. So either mobile application mainly in the Flutter framework. We develop platforms and web interface, custom e-commerce, and also management software, of course. And as part of this part of our activity, we work, of course, as an Odoo integrator. We also do some customized developments based on specific client needs. But back to our presentation and what are we going to do today. So we're going to go through a step-by-step explanation of how to turn a customer need into a unique feature into Odoo. Just few objectives to keep in mind and before going into much more detail. So what we wanted to do here is to create a unique feature into Odoo. We didn't want to reinvent the wheel, neither to denaturalize the standard process of Odoo, and last but not least, we of course wanted to make our customers happy.
Okay, before going into the detail of our practical case, there's a few things that we would like to bring your attention to. The first thing is the duality between using a base Odoo application and customizations. First of all, by customization, I mean every line of code that we would have in a custom module that are not the base Odoo applications. And here you can see the advantages and drawbacks of each. So first of all, for using only base Odoo applications, you will see that obviously you will stay up to date with Odoo-based applications. You will benefit from the support and documentation from Odoo. It will also speed up your project's solution because every application has already been done and developed, so you only need to install them and configure them, which is easier and faster than configure something from scratch. And then you have the integration between each module existing in the Odoo database that has already been done by Odoo previously. However, those base Odoo applications is not always a perfect fit for a company, which is a big drawback because you know that it's easier to change the software that a company uses than changing the way a company works. This is why we have the customization. It's to fit the need of the client perfectly. However, using customization would be time-consuming, and we have to do all the integration with other modules by hand. So the best situation is to use as the foundation the base Odoo applications and to add a few layers of customization on top of that. And this leads us to the next slide, which is how to use base Odoo application and customization together. So here the thing that we are trying to do at Odoo is to keep the existing workflow from base Odoo applications. We don't want to break anything. So we don't want to replace part of the workflow. We only want to add a few customization either at the beginning or at the end, so that we only have a few connecting points between our customizations and the Odoo-based applications, so that there is fewer chances that something would break down.
All right, let's go back to a practical case now and to really go through what we have done for our clients. So we have basically set up a computer configurator. But what is a computer configurator and who was our client? So our client was a shop that sells computer and that manufactures computer. So as a client of this shop, you had two solutions. Either you buy computers that were already done, already built, and you buy them as it is, or the client wanted also the possibility to offer the possibility to its client to build their own computer from scratch. So what we have developed for him, it's an independent solution for fluid and innovative feature. As you will see just after, it's based on 4 Odoo modules, and we didn't want to modify neither the source code or the inner workings of those workflow. So what were the functionalities that the client wanted? So the first one, as said before, he wanted the client to have the possibility to either choose a pre-selected configuration, but still have the choice to twist a little bit the components and to make some modification, or really to start from scratch and build its computer step by step. After that, he wanted, of course, to select the components, the case, the power unit, the cooling case, the cooling system, etc., etc. He wanted also to check the availability of those components, because when you want to buy a computer, you want to know when will you receive it, and it could just help the client to make a decision. Of course, also to check the compatibility between all the components. Does this power unit work with that cooling system? Does the graphical card need more memory or not? And of course, to compare the price, because as you know, in the computer world, the difference between one component and another in terms of price, it can go from simple to triple, etc., etc. Whenever the configuration was done, he wanted, of course, to add it to a cart and be able to buy it and to follow a standard commercial process. And as the manager of the shop, he, of course, wants to manage all the orders and to have the list of the computer that he needs to build according to the configuration that were done by the client. And last but not least, of course, he wanted to have all the logistic also and to manage the orders and the deliveries, etc., etc. Just to give you an idea of what we've used here for this solution, so for all those functionalities, as you can see on the left, is that we have used 4 Odoo modules, and that these 4 Odoo modules, as standards, they cover basically all the needs. And for all just the specific functionalities that the clients wanted, we have added a small layer of customization to make the bridge between each elements and to give the complete workflow as the client wanted.
Okay, now that we have discussed the high-level architecture of our solution, we can start implementing it. So the first step is actually to install all those base Odoo modules. We have here 4 modules, so we have our own Odoo integrator here at those, and his job is to simply install those modules and configure those modules according to the product, which is here the computer configurator. And then on the right-hand side, we have the customization. As you can guess, as a software engineer, that's my job to do those customizations. We have to create a website page to configure the configurator for the website user. Then we have to allow the creation of a product based on this configuration with its bill of material. Then we have to have a system to create pre-selected configuration and a setup for the compatibility of products. And as soon as we have implemented those 2 steps, we have our full solution for this unique feature, and we are now ready to discuss a different kind of workflow for this solution.
Yeah, thank you, Joachim. Now that we have described the solution as a whole, what we wanted to do is to take you through all the work, the process and the flow for each type of user. So as first, as an administrator, how can I set up my configuration now?
Okay, that's very easy. There is only 3 steps that you have to follow. The first one is based on base Odoo modules, which is simply to add all your product to the database. It's very easy. You can go to the inventory app and add your products there. Then you can go to the second step, which is to create and configure an object called components. As you can see, it's a customization. And here you will see the screen. You probably won't see it from far away, but there is only 2 information that you need to understand. Is the first one at the top, it's the name of the component, so probably here hard drive. And at the bottom, there is the list of all the products that you are able to choose from for these components. So if you want to have a component with many choices, like 300 or something, that's probably a component that you're going to use for a configurator from scratch. So something that a website user with a lot of knowledge on computer building would use, so that it can really choose and take the time to choose the perfect fit for its perfect computer. However, for someone who don't have as much knowledge, you probably need something with less choices so that you don't overwhelm the website user. So you would have a hard drive with only 3 choices, and it's easier for the user to choose from. So you create all your components here. As soon as you have done that, you can go to the final step, which is to create a configurator. Again, many things on the screen, but actually only 2 important information. First one at the top is the name of the configuration, so something that would appeal in a marketing value, like a gamer computer or something like that. And then at the bottom, you have the list of components that you previously created. So the hard drive, the cooling system, etc., etc. And as soon as you have done this and you're happy with your configuration, you can simply click on deploy to deploy this configurator to the website so that the website user can use it.
All right, thanks for the explanation. So now that the solution is deployed, as a client, as a user, as a client of the shop, how can I use the configurator?
Okay, so here we have 5 steps. The first one is simply to go to the website and choose your configurator. So you go to the website, you will see all the configurators that were previously created. You can choose one, and here is the screen that you would arrive if you choose one configurator. You will see it on the left-hand side. You have the list of all the components with already the currently selected products. And on the right-hand side, you have a summary with all the configuration that you have already done. You can also see that there is a few colors there, the green, red, and yellow, to display the availability of products so that you give a sense of availability for the final configurator for the user. So he knows that if most of them are not available yet, it probably won't have this computer right away. And then as soon as you arrive here, you can go to the next step, which is simply to choose the product for each component and see the details for them. So here, if you click on one component, on the example here, it's the graphic card. You can see there is 3 products you can choose from. And if you want to know more about the product, you can see that there is a little button on each part. You can click. It's to go to a next page, which is on the right-hand side. And it's actually the website page from the e-commerce-based Odoo application. So we did not make any customization there. We only added a few customization at the beginning to redirect us to the website page already existing. Now, as soon as you have selected all the products for your components and you are happy with your configuration, you can add it to your cart. This will trigger an action in the background so the website user won't see it. But what is going to happen is that it will add a new product in a database with the bill of material that you can see here. So here we have an example of a configurator called PC and all the products that were previously chosen by a website user. And this is going to be used to know how we can create and build this computer. Again, this is something that is not seen by the website user. It's only from the administrator side. From the website user point of view, you will only see the configurator in your cart. And you can simply go there and see the detail of your configurator. So this is the cart. Again, no customization there. You can simply click on your product PC, and you will arrive on this website page where you can review simply your configuration. Make sure that you did not forget anything, and you are happy with your configuration. And if you are, you can simply go to the next step and final step, which is simply to confirm and pay your card.
Okay, so but now that the client is confirmed and order is a computer as a manufacturer, how do I manage all the computers to manufacture?
This is very easy. As you can see here, it's only based Odoo application. It's because the customization parts were already done previously and were added at the beginning of the workflow. This customization being the product that were created and added to the database with the bill of material corresponding to the configuration. So here, simply, as a manufacturer, as soon as the sales order is confirmed, it will check whether this product is already in stock or not. If not, it will create a manufacturing order to ask the manufacturer to create this computer to add it to the stock. And so you can see here, we have the point of view of the manufacturer. You can see that it has 2 manufacturing orders waiting for him, 2 computers that it needs to create. And you can simply follow the base Odoo application there, the base Odoo processes. So if you don't know them, you can simply see the documentation, the tutorials on YouTube, etc. So it's very easy. So the solution is very robust about this because all the customization were done previously.
Okay, but so, and for the logistic, as a picker, I guess it's the same, it's standard processes as well?
Yeah, exactly. So as soon as the manufacturing order is finished, you have added your new computer to your stock, and you can use it for your delivery. So you can simply follow the processes to deliver your product to the customer using base Odoo applications.
Okay, so to wrap up and to summarize a little bit what we've tried to do here. So we demonstrated that we can integrate a customized product into Odoo without breaking neither denaturalizing Odoo standard processes. For the specific of this case, please keep in mind that it was on the request of the client. So there is a room for more customization of different screen, but of course we have the client was in the driving seat. What should you take away from our presentation if you want to develop a customized product? So first, please always start from the standard functionalities and processes and build the to-be process using as little customization as possible. Whenever those are not, those customization are unavoidable, do not replace replace parts of the standard workflow, but as explained by Joachim, please connect them either at the beginning or at the end of your workflow. What are the benefits of doing that? You would reduce the setup cost and the time to implementation. You will reduce the probability of bugs, maximize the stability and the fluidity of the system, and your client will benefit from standard updates from Odoo on the standard application. And of course, it will reduce the long-term maintenance cost and will increase the autonomy of the client with his application, at the end, will give him much more happiness. All right, thanks for listening to our presentation, and we would gladly take any questions.
Does anybody have any questions? I think we have one.
So what will happen if somebody makes a configuration that has already been made before? Do we make a new bill of material, or
no,
just reuse one?
Yeah, actually, if someone in a website user use the same configuration that someone has already done before, it's intelligent enough to not create a new product, so it will simply use the same product with the same bill of material. And it's really, it's a powerful function, because using this, you will quickly see which configuration are actually useful and are actually, like, you can see the trends. You see what kind of computer the website user kind of usually buy, and you can see what you should put your marketing on, because you can see directly which product is more sold than the other.
Great, thank you.
So for the product configurator, why did you not choose variants of products to do it?
That's a good question. So the idea is that if we did not choose the variant of products here, it would add a layer of complexity, because whenever you have a component, so for those who don't know the product variant, the idea is that when you have a product, you have also product variant. So it's the same product, but for example, in red, in blue, in green, it's the same product, so it's a product variant. So there is this kind of distinction in Odoo. And so here we use the product variant directly, because if not, on the configurator itself, you would have to choose the product templates, so the products, and then once you have chosen the product, you would have to choose the product variant, and it would add a layer of complexity, because maybe in some configurator, you would like to have some variant, but not the other, because maybe there is a technical restriction, or maybe simply you don't like it that way because in a marketing point of view it doesn't make sense. So we prevented this by using directly the product variant instead of the product itself.
In the BOM that is built, is there any maximum number of layers?
No, there is not. So it depends on your configurator. So if you add a configurator with 20 lines of components, your BOM will probably have 20 lines, because it has 20 components that you need to choose from. but we have an option for the component that we can say whether they are compulsory or not. So if they are not compulsory, maybe there is a configurator with 20 components, but the bill of material will not have 20 lines because maybe it did not choose some of those components.
Can I just rephrase as well to make sure? But sometimes the BOM is like a tree. So you have, let's say, a device, then you have an accessory in which you attach something else within the accessory. I mean, with the accessory, so that you...
Yeah, here we only have like one, like it's flat. There is no architecture because it really reflects on the configurator architecture.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome. Any other questions?
Any additional questions?
So in the beginning, you not showed the website app. So did you use it for the first step, or just for the end step, or?
We used it because here this client is actually using this computer configurator, but it's only a part of its shop. So it also sells things other from the computer configurator. So we also use the eCommerce application directly for this customer. And actually, on the configurator, there is an option that you can use to say whether this component is actually going in the bill of material or not. So you can add some, let's say, accessories to it, like a headset or a mouse or something which makes sense for the configurator, but you're not going to ask the manufacturer to build the computer with a headset. You're simply building the computer and adding the headset to the sale.
Do you not have to send the data back to the normal e-commerce shop? So the checkout is only in the Odoo website?
It's only on the Odoo website. So everything is handled by the Odoo website. So starting, as soon as we have finished the configuration and you click on Add to Cart, you switch to the Odoo process. And starting this moment, we only use the Odoo standard process. So if you go to the website and select for other things, you will also see them in the cart. So it's simply the same process. We only add, as soon as you add to cart, it will trigger an action to add this product to the database if it's required or not, and add it to your cart.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, any other questions?
Maybe I can additionally ask, how long does a typical implementation like this last?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so basically it took about 10 days of development and 1 additional day of configuration. So you'd say 11 days. But of course that depends on the exact needs of the client. So yeah, but this one was about 10, 11 days.
Thank you. Any additional questions from the crowd, perhaps? Maybe you can talk about a bit the type of clients, the customers that you have, and maybe that you're implementing Odoo with. I guess there are a lot of brands here that perhaps can talk with you, so maybe you can give a bit of insights about that.
Yeah.
But tu peux parler.
Maybe from a business side, just the
from-
type
yeah,
of
but
customers.
From a general point of
Yes,
view.
just the
From
type of
general
customers and
Yeah.
that you're implementing Odoo for. Just
Yeah,
so
exactly.
the rest of the team
So
can-
as said at the beginning, so at DOS we work as a customized, we do customized development in general, and as part of our activity we are Odoo integrator, but a lot of our projects are not Odoo based, but because of our expertise in the web language Python, we were able to easily develop customization on Odoo, and that's what we've done here. But in general we work for all type of companies and for all sectors, because what we focus on is the client need. So from the client need, we build from scratch a solution. So the typical flow for us is that a client contacts us, he has a need, we discuss the need in as much detail as possible, and then we just build as soon as we have an agreement, of course, with the client, we will build a solution that fits its need perfectly. So we have a lot of clients in the medical sector, we have a lot of clients in the construction sector, we have also retail, this kind of clients. We have also clients that we at first worked for customized development, and then they ask us for an ERP, and we propose Odoo solution because we believe, of course, in Odoo, and then we connect the two. So yeah, there's actually no much limit in what we can do because of our customized hat.
Sky is the limit.
yeah, I would say the sky is the limit, but it's already used.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Any additional questions, perhaps? Awesome. Give a big clap to the team of DUs.
Thank you.